how it's leaning into that really like macaw style. I have so many Sims in my game that I could tell different stories with, different diverse stories just with clothing. And I think this pack nailed it because I mean,
we will select the
Father Winter.
Yeah, that was the Father Winter, the Advocate one, and you can see it's now here in our inventory. It's amazing.
They're all beautiful, and they're deep cuts of Sims lore.
Voodoo doll is designed. I'll just teleport over here.
Cheater.
Yep. So each of these, there are these tarot tomes. So you
dolling. We take the concept of the separates and make sure that they, oh, this can work with that. Sometimes it's combinations you don't expect to work, but they do, and try to make sure we don't leave anything hanging, right? That this doesn't have any pairings, or hey, this gave me an idea. I could mix this with that. And then people always surprise me and they combine things that I didn't think they would.
yeah, I am really excited for the shoes in this pack particularly. One cool thing I noticed as I was going through Create a Sim, and we'll notice it when we go through here, is that you guys made a lot of like gender neutral clothing that were compatible on both genders. So on masculine and female frames, you'll see these shoes. I have Mortimer rocking these shoes, but I just love that we thought about like what is not in the game. And where I know this showed up in the trailer, but I just cannot get enough of the details that you all put into this pack when it came to the additions and like just the thought process in things that we don't have in game.
Yeah, there's definitely this one. Assets are a win when you have, we have a theme for the pack. Do we have anything existing in the game that they can already use as a swimsuit? No, in this case, we need something macabre. So this and the male and the female bathing suits are really exciting and unique to this pack.
You brought up the male swimsuit, so we're gonna jump to Mortimer because Mortimer. Okay, 1, 2, 3, makeover, bam. I mean, we all know who this is. We know who this is.
Details in like the material and the patterns that you again see is trying to pull in the pattern of the skeleton on his chest on one of the tops, or yeah, anywhere we could try to give you everything you need to tell your story of your eccentric uncle or dad who shows up at the wake.
Ooh, okay, details. Okay, hair. Okay, kitchen. I think that's one thing that'll definitely stand out, and there's so much for players to discover when it comes to just the details. I'm kind of feeling this skunk look, so we might keep it. No, that's fine, Mortimer. I'll fix it. But you were talking about a little bit of the details in the pieces, so we can go through some of those.
Yeah, you'll see like the skull. Some of them are more subtle than others. The previous piece had the skeleton shape to the pattern. Um, there's a little more subtle skull there, and very intricately and included into the sweater.
Okay, I kind of see it. Is it right there? That skull,
Yeah,
that skull
yeah,
right there. And this is the rib cage look, right?
yeah. Yeah, and then also any of the shears, we had a great opportunity to give you different patterns so we can really get the most out of one asset.
Ooh, I love the cardigan patterns. Pattern
Yeah,
seems to be a very strong theme with this pack.
we did end up with there was a lot of opportunity to tell the stories with pattern.
And then, of course, you give us our neutrals because it has to be versatile. Like, not everyone
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah.
wants to have a pattern, they just want a neutral look.
Want to do your unfinished business first, you probably want to stick around as a playable ghost.
Yeah.
So we're going to become a playable ghost. We already showed you the ghost panel with Ghost Mastery on Noel. So I'll just show you really quick, though, that our Soul's Journey, we have unlocked the second part here.
Now it becomes unfinished business.
Mhm.
And if you complete this all the way, you'll get the ability to rebirth as a burning soul, which is a very powerful trait. I'll tell you more about it when we get to that part.
Yeah, definitely. And then also just for funsies with the base game update, we updated the needs so that they have new, spookier style. Like,
Yeah, this is a small thing, but I know players wanted it. Just make it more sensible that you have things like a bladder need as a ghost.
Another
Is
awesome
Brim
thing.
consoling Poppy? That's
I
cute.
think so. That's really sweet. Don't trust him. No, wait. She is his kid.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Okay, so another thing you can do with life and death is you can set ghost color. So you see that she just became happy, so she became green. So by default, ghosts follow their mood.
Right.
But we added this, so if you don't want to have a mood-based color, you could choose a color, and they'll just stay that color
My
all the
ghost would
time.
always be pink, obviously.
Yes, I like the pink one too.
Yeah.
I think in real life, I'm not sure if I want to be pink, but I love this look on a ghost. So let's go ahead and go show off Rebirth really quick. To do that, we are going to have to
To the
travel.
afterlife.
Yeah,
To the Baleful Bog.
to the Baleful Bog. So we could check out this map a little bit later, but we are going to go here to Club Eternity, to the nightclub.
I love me a ghostly nightclub.
I do too.
This place
Especially this
looks
one.
classy. Looks bougie.
I feel like that's one of the things you're most excited about at the beginning of this pack. Was
I
you're like,
love a good club.
yeah.
In real life or in The Sims.
This one's a cool looking one. The builders did amazing. All right, so this is
It is gorgeous.
Club Eternity. I love it.
The
Lots of ghosts
wallpaper
come here.
is so good.
Like the little booths. Like,
It's a classy place.
It is
This is the kind of place that has a password to enter in real life.
so let's go over here. We can check this out more later during the world overview section, but you can have an out-of-body experience.
Yeah,
this
you
is the
wanna-
Baleful Bog.
If you want to play with death, as it were, if you want to be a temporary ghost, you have an out-of-body experience by swimming here.
I can't do it right now because I'm already a ghost.
You're already a ghost. You can't be a double ghost.
If you do it too much, that's one of the ways you can die.
Yep.
We also have our ghostly cowboy here, Percival the Patient.
Percival, is that what we named it?
And you can get these through satisfaction points in the reward store. So if you wanted to get your own ghostly cow plant, that's how you can get it. So she's still coming over here. Okay.
I love this
She
neighborhood.
is here.
It's so spooky.
And we are going to experience rebirth. So we tell her to go on out to have rebirth.
So this is a really exciting feature for me. Like, this allows you to start doing generational gameplay with just one sim. I'm the kind of player, I'll just admit it, I tend to only play one or two sims, and I want to do everything with them, and I never let them die. I just, like, find every in-game way of extending their lifespan. But now I can actually
kill my
have...
Sims.
You're a generational player. But, like, now I can actually do that gameplay, and I can do multiple cycles of the Sims. I'm really excited to see what you guys do with this. Like, I want to see, like, 100 Rebirth Challenge or something. Like, all the lives of this one sim.
It is really fun. And I feel like I'm curious if there will be any new challenges around this, but also it's really cool for legacy gameplay.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to quite give up that sim yet, but you want to like tell a new story and
don't be scared to lose them because you can keep on using them.
So on this screen, you're going to choose where you're going to live. I'm going to go to Willow Creek, and I'm going to choose the Goth household.
Of course.
Yes. You can choose an empty household and start brand new and fresh, but I want to be reborn into the Goth family here. So I'm going to choose Rebirth, and we load into Create a Sim. Originally, your sim will always start out as the genetic, exact of their previous life. So if you want to tell that story where you always look like you did in a previous life, you can. You can also, though, choose, if I wanted to do genetics, I could play with the Sims genetics in this little pop-up here.
And look like a goth.
I could look like the actual child of the goths. So this gives me their genetics. And then if I am older, you can see I look like them. And then if I want to reset to resemble my past life, that's also an option where you can go back to it and get that again. We wanted you to be able to be reborn as any age group you wanted to tell that story.
Yeah, and depending on how far you got in your soul journey, when you are rebirthed, you might have things like the burning soul trait. You might be able to recall past life to get your old war traits back and carry them on into the next playthrough. It's kind of like a New Game Plus in a way.
As well as sentiments. You can also go here and you can choose new relationship with these people if you want. So that's really nice that you can do that. Let's see. So let's go ahead and make her an infant for this. Oh, you could also be reborn as an occult if you have these expansion packs.
Love it.
And you can also be reborn if I want as a ghost. So
if you're older.
If I'm a little bit older here, I can also choose a ghost. And this is part of the base game update, being able to choose a death type for your ghost. But you can also do an occult with a ghost.
I love that we were able to do this. The idea of being like a ghost vampire, a ghost werewolf, very exciting to me.
Yeah, you could actually do it before this pack came out, but now that so we want to support being able to do that for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and have her be reborn as an infant.
Adorable.
And this will be her mother, father, sister, brother. And then let's go ahead then. Summer Goth.
And as you play through again, you're going to notice different impacts of interacting with folks from your past life. Think almost deja vu, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Like if you had a past soulmate and you're not related to them whenever you're reborn, then you could potentially find that, or a friend, rather than it being a family member. It's all about your connection with someone from before. And then there's this adorable little rebirth animation. Whenever you
this thing.
I love this. I love that if you're an adult, it can fail.
The face plant.
Yeah. It can be a nice one, or you can just face flat on the sidewalk.
Adorable.
And all of them realize, that they have this new sim in their family that's a new family member for them. And
cute.
It's just such a nice little story. All right. So I think this is everything we wanted to show for our initial part of gameplay.
Do we want to throw it over to our fellow Grim Turns?
Yeah, let's go ahead and throw it on over to Mercy and to Mike to look at Cass.
See you guys.
See you later.
So, I'm Mercy, the host of Behind the Sims, but a Grim Turn reached out to me and asked if I'd like to participate in the developer live stream to showcase the Create a Sim. So I said yes, because if you don't know something about me, I love Create a Sim. All of my, not all obviously, but a good portion of my hours in this game are in Create a Sim. So I'm really excited to be here to show you guys all these amazing items, because like many Create a Sim fans, I love a good townie makeover, so we're going to walk through it with the Goth family. And I have Mike, the art director, to talk us through it. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mercy. Hey, I'm Mike. I'm the art director on this pack.
Thanks for joining, Mike. So, okay, this is really exciting. I want to walk you guys through just this family. We all know the Goths, but I went ahead and added some additions, including Gunther Goth and Cornelia Goth as ghosts, because you can create ghosts in Create a Sim. And if you know, you know. Gunther Goth and Cornelia Goth, if you don't know, are actually the parents of Mortimer, but I killed them off because they are no longer a part of us, and you are able to do that in this pack with the features that they brought into the base game. So Death by Fire, again, if you know, you know. But regardless, one of the cool things about Create a Sim is that they added ghost assets. So I'm really excited to walk you guys through the specific ghost assets, but I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to jump into the actual living and then we'll go into the dead. So, Mike, I got to ask, where are we starting? Matriarch, patriarch? Like, I want options.
Always matriarch.
There's so many good things in this deck. Okay, cool. We'll go with the matriarch. So, Bella Goth, ready everyone for the makeover? 1, 2, 3, bam. I mean, she's stunning. I love these items. Mike, why don't you walk us through the thought process for some of these Create a Sim items, the styles, the designs, and I'll kind of showcase all the different items here.
Yeah, thank you. We were internally calling the aesthetic Death Shroud Core because it pulls from, it takes cues from clothing and designs that are traditionally associated with death, funerals, and mourning attire in a lot of places around the world. So you'll see lots of layers and sheer materials, and materials like a sheer satin that is associated with death because it's the thin veil between this world and the next. So, and then we tried to interject any symbolism that is known around the world as being associated with death, like you see the feathers on the collar or cameos that are popular with macabre players. Little bits like that we tried to stick everywhere.
This feather collar, I know our amazing developers are rocking it right now, but I am such a fan of this fit.
Oh yeah.
I was like, ah! Like the Black Widow challenge. I cannot wait to see all the simmers out there really showcasing their Black Widow styles with this pack. Because funeral chic is what we'll call it. I'm gonna call it funeral chic.
Death
Shroud Core. You want to kind of talk us through? Oh, Death Shroud Core. Noted. Noted. So yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about like the design choices, the color choices? I'm walking through some of the things with our dear old Bella, but I definitely want to hear like the inspiration, the choices. What are some of the items and symbols that players should look out for when they're playing this pack?
Yeah. Start with color. That in any traditional cast, we're trying to give you a full range, right? So one asset has a lot of usability, right? So we try to give you warm colors, cool colors, basics, black, white, net neutrals. And if we're going macabre, we were trying to find a way to still give you those warms and cools, but not give you a bright red, right? So how do we still make it feel macabre? So you see a lot of these have ombres. They have these color gradients that are suggestive of ghostly, ethereal feeling. Always assets that feel appropriate to wear to awake. You see the nails are coffin shaped. The cameos.
As a nail
yeah. And you'll see the cameos, the hardware, the buckles, everything is always the collars. It's always trying to point to something that's symbolic, associated with death. Like the belt here is a memento mori buckle, and you'll see butterfly collars, butterflies associated with death, or feathers, or just everywhere we could. We tried to interject that kind of universal symbolism of death.
Okay, speaking of that, we're going to go to our next doll. This is Cassandra, who is now officially everyone's favorite day of the week because, boom, like, I love these fits. I love the item choices that you guys use. I really like how it's leaning into that really like macabre style. I have so many Sims in my game that I could tell different stories with. One of my favorite parts of Create a Sim is that I can create so many different diverse stories just with clothing. And I think this pack nailed it because, I mean, come on. Like, if you knew me in a certain era, this is exactly what I wore. I love the tops. I like that we put in details with the sleeves, the cut throughs, the cutaways, and I like again that it wasn't just thought of as like items for like young adults, but like even teens too, because like the belt loops. I had this. I wore this. This was a look.
Yeah, we were definitely approaching it as a this whole family is macabre, but the different ages might approach it differently, right? Where there's a little more contemporary for the teen, where the matriarch might have something that's a little more Victorian leaning.
I think these outfits are so cute. I love a good mix and match. Did you guys find it challenging to be able to create so many mix and match pieces? Because, like, as I was playing this and kind of giving them their makeover, I was like, man, there's so many pairings and outfits that you could put together. I'm definitely going to hop into the shoes in just a second. But yeah, just want to ask you guys
Yeah,
about your pairings and how you put everything together.
yeah, we do a lot of paper dolling. We take the concept of the separates and make sure that they, oh, this can work with that. Sometimes it's combinations you don't expect to work, but they do, and try to make sure we don't leave anything hanging, right? That this doesn't have any pairings, or hey, this gave me an idea. I could mix this with that, and then people always surprise me and they combine things that I didn't think they would.
Yeah, I am really excited for the shoes in this pack, particularly. I
Bepsilabina? Uh, huh. Hmm? Ah, Yoni Save. Yibs. Hmm? 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 Debawis Campo Garuda. Huh. Hmm? Nithibi? Deplora? Orpitanahe. Chilla.
Oh.
Quisap.
Oh, Bisha. Free Bono. Free Nip.
Lanaga.
Borb.
Goinji.
Floy.
Ah, Lornobs. It's Zori.
Ooh.
Owen.
Oh.
Ah, Fitifo.
Oh.
Fifawa. You're in the array.
Femboy Barovi. Gunganeansa.
Ah. Yoni Sabe. Yibs.
Swarpa. Yanifeds. Teebs.
Swarpsa. Beseek. Huh. Branch e corner. Huh. Huh? Huh. Dusty.
Debawis. Campul. Veruda.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Huh. Nistibi? Deplora?
Lanaga.
Derpna.
Goinji.
Huh.
I will be later on tonight. I do have to go. I gotta go to work, but I am excited to see you guys later. I'm actually gonna put in a scheduled time. I'm thinking I should be getting back off of work. Let's do 5 o'clock. Okay. So at 5 o'clock p.m. Arizona time. I don't know any other way to say it. I was Mountain Standard Time. I will see you guys at 6 p.m. Okay? Be there or be square. And today is Thirsty Thursday, so go ahead and get your drinks and all the other stuff. You are 21 and up. Go ahead and get you a sip of something. I don't even care if you are under 21. Y'all go ahead and get y'all a sip of juice, some water, some milk, whatever y'all want to do. We can go ahead and play The Sims together and let's have a ball tonight. All right? So I will see you guys on Thirsty Thursdays here tonight at 6 p.m. Bye, guys.